Attention gamers, today I will tell the story of one bug-splatting loser, his emotional journey as my solo queue teammate, revealing a great example of why he, like many others, quit League of Legends and the events that then took place by the end of the game that had me pointing to that same person as the ironic example of what actually is driving more players to quit than anything else. Every day in my comments I read dozens of sobriety flexes about how they quit the game and are much happier yet still watching and commenting on League videos until they, like this Kha'Zix, fall back into the addiction, get brutally reminded why they left in the first place, and then become like the exact toxic piece of moldy tit lint type of player that they just blamed as their primary reason for quitting. So considering I know many of you will be talking about how you are cold turkey off the tilt juice of League and looking for some other game to pass the time, I think it's only appropriate to introduce today's sponsor. Arc Legends, the brandy spanking new 3D adventure RPG that is about to flood the mobile markets, featuring dozens of Disney-style looking characters from 6 different factions in the land of Arc, each with their own class, role and strength, just like League of Legends, which means I will be staying far away from any marksman.
Rav, stick to the script.
You collect and level up characters and then assemble them in strategic squads to take down dangerously dope bosses in epic battles as you get immersed in a deep storyline and craft custom combinations of characters and abilities to take down your foes. You can pre-register for free over at their website using the link in my description to get an absolute abundance of bonus perks, rewards and exclusive benefits that will put you way ahead of the pack when the game hits live servers. And what's nice is they even feature a personality quiz that, like an Arc Legends proverbial Harry Potter sorting hat, tells you which character you are likely to main, and I'm over here wishing League did the same thing.
No, God!
So you heard it here first, Arc Legends is about to be a household name, and there's no better time to get a head start by checking it out, and let's get back to the video. Alright, so let me set the scene. All story time in this biz. I was playing Clown Puke Caitlyn and my support was both on Morgue and in the morgue due to these losers poking us more than a fleshlight, so I decided to OFTG in reverse, and my teammates took advantage of the cop being off duty because a double homicide went down in my absence, which is chill with me as I'm announcing my 5-year plan and they are just deliberately ignoring it. So even though I arranged to travel north to milk a dragon piss stick with my own pellet gun, my plans changed quickly when my teammates were like, bro, this dude paid money for a Yasuo skin, we should do what's ethical and put him out of his misery. But it's also worth noting that little man, the lurking zone Bond, came flying and probably wishing he could go back in time, so our team's Toph got a fat swanky double as everything is fine and dandy. All the boys are emoting that they want to finger pop each other's assholes. The chat comparably feels like a circle jerk in the post-game locker room is imminent, and my socially awkward ass even contributes by giving a moist meter ranking to my dick curtains. Add one more visit from Project Beedrill to come in and snowball his little Cutco butcher's knife forearms, and everyone, myself included, was thinking this was going to be one of those rare occurrences where I had the better team. We even had rock bending Becky going full Donnie J Trump, building walls and shit, as my role in team fights was just to flail around like a free willy limp dick in a hot tub, hoping that anyone entering the party would be too nicotine deprived to see my traps laying on the ground. So I updated my MySpace status. We got the first dragon. Their electric vibrator chose scissors, but we had rock, and oh yeah, did I mention they had a wind shitter? I even had a surprise visit from my arcane co-star, who between us developed a weird fixation with sticking his scrotum in my bear traps, and so I would always give him more, then he'd run away and I'd threaten to shoot him if he told anyone, and despite the fact that my cobra-like reflexes prompted a flash away from what would have been Varys slobs on Kate's gob like corn on the cob double, this pissing festival that is also sadly my peak elo seemed to be autopilotable as they were filming 2 losers 1 Kate ult, and the airbending abortion was continuing to fulfill every single stereotype of that subclass of humanity. But then I saw this. Nothing to be alarmed at, Rav, I told myself. You will get your free LP this game, just distract yourself. Oh, look at this dumb windshitter. Happy thoughts, he's not on your team for once. Just pretend you didn't see that last mental lapse or what it was foreshadowing to come. Besides, every battle with this Yasuo, even if it was on his home court, ended in him dashing around like a wild deer overdosing on G Fuel. His purple buzz fuck year takes a bullet for that D-gen, only to be imprisoned for defending a wanted windshitter and flash fapped back to fountain by yours truly. Bitch tits over here with the bow seemed to forget that Cupcake is my name and pushing R is my game, but in reality he was probably half tabbed out looking up treatments for Yasuo syndrome, because boy oh boy did they have it bad. We were tearing down so many statues you would have thought they were Confederate monuments, and we were protesters, not to mention this Echo was clearly defective as his ult didn't seem to be functioning correctly, all while the boys were setting up plans to watch the second sequel of How to Train Your Dragon, the one starring Chem Tank Drake, to which we had 3, they had none, and because the word balanced is banned at Riot you can dunk your eyeballs into some data to find that the team who gets Chem Drake wins literally 90% of the time, so I wasn't worried a minute later when our jungler was cosplaying as Mia Khalifa on a casting couch and then deciding to go small dick let's quit this quick status because our mid clearly disconnected. Even though he had his soapbox deployed, the one from his mother's closet upstairs, and was standing up proudly proclaiming that random Verizon Fios outages are the reason he quit this game, I knew we just had to get one of the next 4 Drakes and then let 200 years of game design hand deliver our LP in a breedable maid outfit courtesy of Riot. But he had other plans in the form of immediately throwing a tempered tantrum in chat like some toddler who shit his pants at the park. That said, the rest of us were still trying to win the game by chopping down this large spitting Moby huge while Mr. Feel Bad for Me is inting mid. Then we all catch Baron Buffdubers back to base because the kumquads were inside vandalizing our shit. Side note, Talia's internet was back on, he who shits win was back in base, and then thanks to me finally deciding to commit to a fight we were able to go big biff status and tell this Marty McFly to make like a tree
and get out of here.
Then it was a matter of playing the game where we wait for either Dragon to spawn or one of these other butt plugs to screw up, and ding ding ding, Varus was a winner. Yeah, don't hold your breath if you are waiting for a winshitter to win the game. Plus Malding Matthew on the Praying Mantis was back to personality number 1, aka actually trying to win the game again, so it was looking like free Chem Tank Soul and a free win, right? Wrong, you see, even though you could pull a premature unborn baby out of my aunt's 7 months pregnant stench trench and even he would tell you the correct thing to do as a jungler here, this dude decided that taking our team Smite on a date to Dipshitsville when we needed it was the optimal decision. To which I'm just like, brother, that right there is going to leave a piss poor taste in my mouth for weeks, as the winshitter is now describing the state of his penis, and I'm over here thinking we have to wait another 5 minutes to claim our soul, but at least things were still going on. 4 of them back in the 70s watching the game in black and white, and regardless of what your challenger coach quality comments say, the right move in my ELO is the one that most people will commit to, and if chromosome-less Cooper would have just held our hands we would have been able to end as 5 with ease, but he chooses to try and solo Baron, before similarly to his last IQ test failing and then resorting to say that we are all dumb fucks and then typing the telltale sign that he is indeed a kissless virgin. You deserve to lose. To which he is now typing up a storm about how if Talia's internet provider doesn't care about winning this League of Legends game then why should he, and even though we were still on Chem Tank Soul point, the one thing you can't do very well when you are typing is smite. Spoiler, we didn't end again because Ka was still marinating in his own pity me piss puddle in base. Completely rock bender against Graves, and if you've played League of Legends in the last year you know how that 2v1 ends, so he gets the Chem Tank Soul that bitch tits McGee failed 3 times to get, to which I'm like oh cuz remember the 90% rule by Riot? Yeah, unsurprisingly we get shit on in the last fight, and yep, here we are. Me typing that yes, Talia better be on the phone with Verizon saying what the shit bras demanding her LP they cost her, but I would argue that the bigger problem and the actual problem with League players was exemplified perfectly by this shit swaddled Kha'Zix, this one for all the gamers out there stuck in an elo they feel is below them. Hardstuck is the name, let's get it. I load up League, getting ready to spank. First game, my support says he mains Blitzcrank. GG, I said, that's LP in the bank. But my top locks yes, and you know his head is blank as he runs it down top and feeds their team's gangplank. Old BL game 1, top lane Yasuo is to thank, cause taking grasp on K doesn't mean I'm the tank. I'm hard stuck, that's what all the haters say. I'm hard stuck, giving all my LP away. I'm hard stuck, same rank different day, cause ELO hell's my home and I'm here to stay. I stream frustrating nail-biter ranked games like this daily with my real voice over at facebook.com/gaming/RavLOLTV if you want to see more, and that concludes the reason why he quit League of Legends. Rav out. Bang, I pull up in this mother riff. Dang, chat's full of twerps typing imagine if.